Happy video day, guys. Christina, Brooke here, and I am back. So yes, I took a few weeks off, and you probably have seen a few videos coming up, but this is the first one I'm filming since being sick. Yeah, I got a really bad sinus infection. My daughter actually got really sick. I caught her cold, and it literally went into my sinuses. I lost my voice. I had no voice, and I'm still getting over the sinus infection, but I am good enough to start filming again. So I'm very excited to be back. And today, actually, I wanted to jump into Natasha Denona because when this all happened, and I had absolutely no voice and could not even communicate to you guys, Natasha Denona has like this launch that starts going around the internet. And I'm like, well, how can I tell you guys? So I kind of just like said some stuff on Instagram, but I haven't been able to actually give you guys my thoughts. So that's what we're going to do today. Today, I'm going to be giving you an update on Natasha Denona and a brand new release and my thoughts behind it. Some of you guys have probably already seen this floating around on Trend Mood, and some of you guys haven't, but I will share with you guys the image because it is on the internet. It's all over the place, so it's not like this is being hidden anymore. But yeah, we're going to get into that. So yeah, like I always say, if you love Natasha Denona and you want more information about her, don't forget to hit subscribe to this channel because I love her. And this year I've been buying every single thing that Natasha Denona releases, and yeah, I have a whole playlist if you want to check it out. But anyways, let's get into the tea. Let's talk about her new launch. So let me open it up really quickly just to like, yeah, you know, it's so funny, guys. So I'll be completely honest, totally disappointed, okay? So I know there's probably a lot of you guys out there that think this is a really pretty color story, and I'm just gonna pop it up on the screen. So this is the collection. This is gonna be called My Dream Palette, Natasha Denona. So I guess this is like a dream collection, My Dream Cheek Trio. This is something that honestly didn't even see coming out. I didn't even get any updates that something like this was going to come out. So this is actually a shocker to me. I actually thought by now we would be seeing Retro Glam Part 2. So to see this is kind of like, what just happened? This is like throwing me for a loop. I guess maybe that's why I'm not so excited, because I kind of see this color story and it just reminds me so much of Retro, the color story that just literally came out. Like I don't know, like it just looks so much like Retro. Like it's a combination of Retro and Glam. Just reminds me so much of that palette, and I feel like I just picked this up. It has a glamish look to it. I mean, it's obviously not identical. Am I gonna get it? Most likely I will. Obviously I will do a make up your mind on it, but looking at it, it's just like it's kind of disappointing me because this is not what I thought I was going to see. Where are my greens? Where are my light pastel pinks? Like that color story that we have been waiting for to come out. And then I see this and I'm like, but that is like literally what I have been seeing like for the past few launches. Like I wanted something different. I don't know if I'm the only one disappointed. Now, I will tell you, aside from it just not being what I wanted, color story-wise, it probably could do a really nice dream palette look. Like, I can imagine this looking very bridal, very everyday, very easy to use. Like, I could see somebody actually loving this palette. If you don't have, like, retro or glam or anything like that, you might actually think that this is a dream palette. It does look like it has really pretty colors in it. I would love to see a better image of it, but like looking at what I see here, I'm like, okay, yes, it's probably a very pretty, easy to use color story, just not what I was expecting. It looks to me like it might be a midi, but I don't know if it's either a midi or a large palette. Let me know that down below, but I'm not sure. So the palette does not have me thrilled. There is something cool though. I do like that there's a black in here. I'm hoping that that black is a good black. So I don't know. I'm like, you know, I fight myself because I think this is not what I wanted. This is not a color story that I feel like seeing again. But then when I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, it could be a very user-friendly, universal, easy-to-use palette. It could be a dream palette to a lot of people. So I just wish that this one would have come out after the Retro Glam 2, which is supposed to be coming out. Need to see better images. Let me know from you guys down below what you think. So looking at the next thing, the one that actually has me the most excited is the My Dream Cheek Trio. Now, I think that this is cool because I'm not used to seeing something like this from Natasha. It looks like a really cool highlighter slash cheek palette. I think it has 2 highlights and a blush. I'm assuming that that's what it is. And I think that that palette looks really pretty. So I'm actually really into that. I think that that could be a really, really pretty palette. I like the color tone of it. I do like that there's two different highlights. One looks like it's more yellow tinted, one looks more champagne. So it could be more user-friendly, more universal, in other words. And I do like that. So I like the cheek palette. The cheek palette has me a little excited. The eyeshadow palette, not as much, but like I said, it could end up being like one of those really great everyday palettes that you're like, I wasn't excited, but I actually love it. So it could be like that. Then there's also some lip liners, glosses, and lipsticks. I really like Natasha Denona's formula when it comes to lipsticks. This looks like another nude, kind of similar to the look of Amorosa, right? It has like that kind of like purplish tone. I mean, looking at it, if I zoom in, it looks like a pretty color. I don't know if it's going to be anything like super unique. I do like the lip liner. They put the black top on it. Kind of goes with like those ink stains that are like thrown on top of this like pale pink packaging, which is also a little bit strange. I have to admit, it's a little strange, but I don't know. It's kind of like cool, but then at the same time, it's kind of like weird. So I kind of like that. Kind of don't like that. It kind of looks dirty. So like the lipstick even has like those splotches on it. Like I'm almost like somebody might think like, oh, she like opened a pen and it like spilled all over her lipstick, you know? But it's interesting. The lip colors look okay. I'm actually pretty much more excited about the gloss because I'm not used to seeing like a good gloss. Like I don't remember loving a gloss from Natasha Denona. So to see that she's releasing a gloss is kind of interesting to me. I love her lipsticks and I love her lip liners. I just don't know if these two colors, like the colors that she's releasing, are anything out of the norm from colors that she already has. I wish it was something very different, you know, like maybe red or, you know, burgundy or something like that she doesn't have because she has like a whole nude line already, you know? So, looking at the overall collection, not super excited. I'll be honest, not super excited. I mean, it just looks really safe to me. Like if you were going to release a very safe collection and it looks very spring, like I'm a little confused. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I also feel like brands that since they're releasing so many eyeshadow palettes every year, like 3 times or 4 times, I just really want them to be so unique from each other, like so different, so that you feel like, okay, well, I really want to buy this. And looking at this one, I really don't feel like it did that big difference from what I see already in some of her recent launches, like the retro or the glam. So that's why I'm kind of like, I'm a little thrown off-ish with this one. I'm not sure. I need to see better images. I got to see swatches to really give you guys like what I think. But I mean, most likely I'm going to pick up all of this. You know, I don't think it's not going to be like a pass or upper for me. But I do think for some of you guys it should be, depending on the colors, but it might be. It might be like one of those that you might want to be like, you know. I do notice that it does look like she has more purple in here, whereas the retro was more burgundy. So this one might actually go a little bit more on the purple side, which is kind of interesting. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I have a feeling a lot of you guys aren't interested because I literally, after this launched, I started looking online to see if people were talking about it, and like nobody's talking about this. I don't know. It's like kind of like it fell under the rug and like people saw it was like, oh, she's releasing retro again. I think that's what happened. But yeah, no, this is different. This is different. And you know, I think the cheek palette is probably going to be the most exciting for me. But let me know your thoughts down below. Are you excited for this launch? And also, do you guys think that this retro glam green palette is releasing for holiday? I mean, shouldn't it have been already kind of like sneaking? Are we in August yet? Yeah, we're in August. It should be already kind of like talking about holiday palettes, right? So I'm a little confused. Oh my God, this sinus cold is so annoying. But anyways, so that's what we had to talk about today. I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video. Leave your comments down below. If you have heard of anything else releasing from Natasha Denona's brand, leave that down below. And also tell me your opinion on this. Share it with your friends so you guys can all have your little dialogue down below on what you're thinking about this. But I will tell you, I am not super excited. I think it looks fine, but I don't think it's anything out of this world, and I also don't think that anybody's going to be like so in love with it, but it might be a very safe, easy to use palette. That is my opinion. Anyways, so let me know. So anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.